show. Nyle, thank you so much for being here. Both of you. Deaf President Now was one of my favorite documentaries that I saw at Sundance. Excellent movie all around, just from the craft, the sound work, the energizing interviews, the story that's being told that almost plays like a, at times, political thriller, inspirational crowd pleaser. Like, this movie has it all. So thank you both so much.
Thank you. Can you be our publicist?
I have been asked that before. But in all seriousness, I want to know, Nyle, I understand that the story started with you. You went to Davis, brought him in. From a directorial standpoint, how do you guys split who does what then when putting this all together?
I wouldn't say that we had a hard and fast split with anything. We really did everything together. Obviously I wanted to make this film, but the focus of making this was really to make it as deaf as possible and for audiences to say, as deaf folks, that's my movie. We came up with the idea of the deaf POV as well as visual noise, so that we could shift those perspectives and play with sound as well, to show the visuals of the deaf community while also providing something entertaining for both audiences. This was something that we weren't even sure would work, but Davis and I said on set regularly, let's try it, and see what we can put into the film. And it ended up really paying off. I think our partnership was, in one word, collaborative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for me, it was a new role. I've never co-directed before. And I thought of myself more as a midwife.
You did such a great job directing Still, the Michael J. Fox movie, most recently. And that also utilized reenactments. This film has a fair share of those as well.
Yeah.
How do you go about deciding what will be reenactment versus something that maybe you could find in archival? What's the decision behind that?
Well, I need to shout out Michael Hart, who edited both films. And Michael Hart's an editor and a producer of this film. And you'll see a lot of similarities in editorial style. He's a genius and should be sitting here with us. Technically, we for things we're considering as reenactment, we just storyboard them. So editing's a form of writing right now, and so we would just, if we think about doing a reenactment, we storyboard it, and if it doesn't work, we throw it out. So it's relatively inexpensive to just try stuff and throw it and see how it gets. And if you do that and edit and get it almost very close to being finished film with your storyboards, then when you go out and shoot those, that those are the things the film actually needs.
Yeah.
Shooting that's very expensive. So if you can do frame by frame, know exactly what you want by the time you're finished.
This is such a riveting story, and how it unfolds, like you said, through the editing is so engaging. I laughed. I was on the edge of my seat throughout. It has so many wonderful moments that I just can't wait for audiences to discover. When you guys were doing the deep dive into the research for this story, what surprised you to uncover?
Ooh, that's a great question. It's funny, the making of this movie was largely dependent on how much archive footage we would find. And we were very lucky to find that Gallaudet had over 40 hours that they had been sitting on. It's funny, when I was growing up, I always saw the same clips in describing the story of Deaf President Now, but I had never seen a clip of Spillman saying deaf people are not ready to function in a hearing world. And so I was really excited to dive deep into the footage and look for it. And while we didn't have evidence of it, what we did have evidence of was Spillman's terrible behavior and the comments that she would make. The footage that we had just showed her as sort of this villainous character who, even the deaf president student leaders, they said, we've never seen so much of this footage, and how she behaves is just evidence that she felt that way, whether she said it or not.
Yeah, I would agree. Like I said earlier, this is such an impressive directorial feat. It's very entertaining. It's informative. Like I said, everything you could possibly want here. It's going to make me, and I'm sure our listeners, curious to know, though, what do you have planned for the future? This premiered many months ago. I'm sure the next project has to be on your mind.
I'm out of work.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got nothing I'm unemployed.
That'll change. That'll change, I'm sure.
How about you?
I've got a few irons in the fire. I have a few scripted projects and a doc. I'm lucky that I'm not unemployed like this guy over here.
Well, then you got to bring him in again, and get the next project rolling, basically.
That would be so much fun to make another movie together. We had so much fun on this.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I can tell just because you guys are so creative and, like I said, in how the story is told. One of my favorite elements is how during interviews, your use of, and this goes back to the editing, the comedic timing, when to cut back to one of the interviewers to just sell a punchline or sell a dramatic moment. It's extraordinarily well done, gentlemen. I can't praise it enough. And thank you once again for your time here today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Take care.